Hi, I'm Senior Sales Director Sarah Catherine Fleming, and I want to thank you so much for being willing just to take a few minutes out of your day and watch this video for your consultant or for me. You're helping her out with training or to even move to the next step in her business, and so thank you for your time. We really appreciate you. And so really what we're going to do on this video is just share with you a little bit about why we do what we do. Not to say that you want to jump off this video and drive a pink Cadillac, and that's totally okay, but I love sharing, and I'm so thankful that somebody shared this with me. And so what I would just from my heart encourage you to do is just for the next few minutes, be willing. Be willing to have an open mind and have an open heart, because one of the things that I've found is that so often the things that we search for in our life, the answers to, come in such unexpected places and such unexpected packages. Never did I ever think that my dream future would be painted in pink. So I am so thankful for it, though, and I'm so thankful, again, for you just taking a few minutes of your day and of your time just to listen. And so for the next few minutes, just open your ears and open your heart and open your mind, because you never know. So just to receive what information could be beneficial for you from this. And so again, we'll just share with you a little bit about why we do what we do and our story, or my story, along the way. And so my story actually starts 2 years ago. I started when I was a full-time student at Stanford University, and I was in a great major. It was Family Studies and Human Development. I was headed for a career in social work and counseling. I love people. I love investing in people. I love working with them, from the trenches of life out. And so social work and counseling was where I was headed. But with that major, I found that you had to get a master's degree before you could legally be hired anywhere. And so I began looking at what that future would look like. I'm not made for school. The Lord did not make me for that. I'm actually dyslexic, and school for me is like trying to shove a square peg into a round hole. So I looked at a future with 3 more years of my life invested in school, plus I looked at what that would be financially for me, and that would be a whole lot more in student loans that was very unnerving. And then I also looked at, even after I finished that degree, how much I'd be working versus how much I'd be paid in that career path, and it wouldn't be enough to pay back my student loans. And I thought, oh my gosh, how is that even a wise, career choice or path for me to walk down, for me? And I just, began to get very discouraged and disheartened by that, by being in a major that really couldn't get me where I needed to be. So I felt so stuck. And so I began to pursue other options in corporate America, and quickly found you had to have the degree, or had to know somebody, or had to have the credentials before they ever gave you a shot. And I knew that I'd be a hard worker, that I would do a great job if anybody would just give me a chance. But also I began looking at, even if I were given a chance in corporate America, I looked at what that would look like. And I actually grew up in a household where both my parents were entrepreneurs. So I giggle because I think about my mindset looking into those corporate careers, and because I remember thinking, whoa, you get to tell me when I take vacation? Whoa, wait, you're telling me that's all you're going to pay me? I think I'm worth a little bit more than that. So it's just funny, that mentality that I grew up with was very much an entrepreneur mentality, and I was able to, live in a household where I watched my parents be able to design their life. And so I realized now that what I was looking for was an opportunity to design my life. I didn't like somebody else determining when I could get a job, or how much I could be paid, or how much more schooling I had to have in order to be hired. But anyways, I was in that place in my life where I just felt so stuck. Have you ever been there before? Just stuck. Knowing you needed more, yearning for more, but not knowing how to get there or what that would even look like, because that was me. I knew I wanted more than what corporate America had to offer. I knew that I couldn't get there without the right degree, and so just felt so stuck. I'm very discouraged. And so in the middle of all that stuckness and discouragedness, there's a lot of praying happening. And I just love that the Lord has such a sense of humor, because he sat me at a Mary Kay facial. And oh my gosh, if you only knew how much of an opposite that was for me. I literally learned how to blow dry my hair. Yes, blow dry my hair in college. And shortly after I started my business, I started to learn how to wear mascara. So anyways, I was skincare makeup was nowhere on the radar. I was driving my Ford F-250 turbo diesel truck back and forth from the barn with a greasy bun on top of my head and mud on my boots. Skincare and makeup, again, nowhere on the radar. But I found myself at a Mary Kay facial with a few friends rumbling up there in my truck. And I started really falling in love with the product. I started understanding how important it was for me to take care of my skin for the first time. I had no idea how important that was. But I realized, well, I did only get one face per lifetime. It probably was important for me to take care of it. And then again, I started really falling in love with the product. And I don't know about you, but I'm a bargain shopper. When you tell me I can get something at a deal, I'm paying attention. I'm a total Grouponer. So when the girl who was sharing the business with us said if we got started, we got all our product at wholesale cost, that's when I started to listen. So I said, oh, a Groupon. And so she shared we could get our product at half cost. And then she also shared about the opportunity to make extra cash. And I was definitely in a place where I needed extra cash. Have you ever been there, living on that paycheck to paycheck mentality, and just fingers crossed that you could make it to the next paycheck? And just that stress was such a horrible feeling, and the fear and the dread and just the weight of that, and every decision made was based off, can I afford it? How can I move the money around so that could I do that? Or no, I can't do it because I can't afford it. And so there's just a lot of stress there. And so I loved the idea of being able to make extra money without having somebody else determine how much time I had to invest in that. So I was thinking, well, great, this would be something for me to just sprinkle it in as I went, but able to make the extra cash in my life that I could alleviate the stress that I was feeling in my life with those big girl expenses coming at me, with student loans, and I just got engaged. I was starting to plan a wedding and looking at how expensive that was as well. And so I liked that, and I said, you know what, worst case scenario, I'm going to get a great deal on some product, but, if I decided if it wasn't for me, I could walk away and probably have learned some skills that I wouldn't have had to begin with. Best case scenario, it could be the transformation that I've been looking for in my life and the change that I've been yearning for. So I decided, let's give it a shot. What do I have to lose? And I gave it a shot, and oh my gosh, I was so scared. I was so nervous. But I decided I'd done it, and I was going to have my first party anyways. So I had my very first party, literally hot mess, read off the back of the product boxes to these people, but we had a ball. And at my very first party, I had sold over $600, and I left there after an hour and a half with a $300 profit in my pocket. I was blown away. Seriously, I was a broke college kid at the time, and I was thinking, $300, dude, I'm rich. So that was exciting. So I walked away from that going, wow, I wasn't even good at that. That was so easy. It was a lot of fun. I should do that again. So I had another party, and after an hour and a half again, I had sold over several $100s and left there again with several $100s in profit in my pocket. And so I just really kind of kept sprinkling it in that first month. Probably worked maybe 8 or 9 hours my first month, and at the end of that first month, I'd actually profited over $1,000. Again, blown away, and come to find out that was the average. About 8 to 10 hours of work in a whole month is going to profit you on average about $800 to $1,000 in that month, which is crazy. I don't know any place you can work 10 hours and make an extra $1,000, which is, legally, which is incredible. So I would just ask you to take a moment and put an extra $1,000 into your budget this month. What would that look like for you? What would you be able to do with that? Would that pay off credit cards or student loans faster? Would that be the vacation that you would always love to take, or the fun money that you would love to have, or a blessing to your household or to your husband to alleviate that stress? An extra $1,000 can be a really big blessing. And so I love that. So that's kind of that first income aspect of Mary Kay, and probably the biggest reason women decide to start their businesses is because they could need or love some extra cash in their life. Now you get to make this whatever you're wanting it to be, whether it's just a little bit here and there for extra cash, an extra $500 or $100 or whatever else that month, or whether you're wanting to totally rock it out. It's whatever you're wanting to do with it, even if it's just for the product discount and for a really great Groupon, which is probably the main reason why I started, with the hope that it would become something more. And oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that I started with that hope. because it has turned into way more than I ever could have dreamed. So that first income aspect of Mary Kay is just for that extra cash, for that extra breathing room to alleviate that stress. But the second part of the income aspect of Mary Kay is that you can make it a full-time executive level income without the executive level hours, which is probably what surprised me the most. I had no clue the amount of income potential that was available in this. So once I got into it and I saw how quickly I could make income and how easily it was done, I got very excited and I decided I'd really like to go farther with this. And so from that decision point where I decided I'd like to make more out of my Mary Kay, I was able to promote myself to an executive level income in just 6 months. That's crazy. 6 months? I mean, in corporate world, you're having to wait for somebody to die or retire before you're getting that promotion. But I love that in Mary Kay, if you ever want more out of this opportunity, all it takes is a decision. And then you get to promote yourself as fast or as slow as you want to and get the pay raises that come along with it, which has been wonderful. Because of that decision, I was able to graduate school completely debt-free. And for me, that was just a blessing multiplied, because I was also able to look at my husband when he said he wanted to go back to school and say, absolutely, you can do that. Go pursue your dreams, pursue your goals. You can do that guilt-free and worry-free because I've got this covered. And so thankful that as a 24-year-old, to have those kinds of blessings already established has been incredible. So that's that income aspect of Mary Kay, and that's probably the main reason, again, why women decide to dip their toe into it, whether it's just for product discounts so you don't have to pay your consultant for full price, or a little extra cash, or whether you're wanting to totally rock it out and have it to be something that can completely change your life. It's whatever you want it to be. Now, we can drive free cars as well. So I'm sure you've probably seen a pink Cadillac driving around before. We also have 3 levels of cars that you can earn. Don't worry, they're not pink. But if you don't want the car, you can take cash instead. So I love that in Mary Kay, we're all about options. We're about freedom and flexibility. So if you don't want the car, you can take the cash. So you can take $375, $500, or $900 a month cash instead if you don't want the car. Now, if you do take the car, which I personally did, Mary Kay does pay for 85% of your car insurance. They pay for taxes, tags, titles, registration fees, all of it. So it is a truly free car for you. And I personally did take the car. I actually was able to earn my very first free car at the end of my 5th month in the company. Crazy. I don't know any company in the world that's going to hand you the keys to a company car after working there for just 5 months, much less just a couple hours a week. And so I love that that's truly available for you. And so that's the cars. When you do take the car, on top of that, they give you a new car every year and a half. So they trade it up for the new model for you. You're never driving an old car. So I would love for you, for just a moment, if you have a car payment, if you just would imagine taking that car payment away from your daily or your monthly household expenses, what would that do for you? What kind of freedom would it give you? Because for me, that freedom was incredible. So that's the cars. The last 2 reasons, one is prizes and recognition. And I love this about Mary Kay, because a lot of times in your regular life, you are not being very appreciated or recognized for the amount of worth that you bring into those places. And so I love that Mary Kay is just very on purpose about celebrating you and celebrating your accomplishments. I love being a part of something that is incredibly positive, because a lot of times in life there's a lot of negativity. So for me, having a respite from that negativity, having a place where I can come and be poured into by women who were positive, was a game changer for me. I was able to even enter back into those negative places of my life with a completely different mindset, and being able to handle things that I never thought that I would be able to handle, just because I'd been around a positive influence. And so that, and built friendships with positive women. So that has been a complete life blessing that I never could have foreseen that came out of Mary Kay. But the prizes and recognition have been incredible. We do get cash bonuses, but Mary Kay, the lady, also wanted to give us what she called Cinderella gifts. The things as women we might really love to have, but a lot of times we're way too practical to get for ourselves, like diamonds and diamond rings and designer handbags and designer jewelry and home decor and free vacations and entertainment systems and all kinds of fun stuff. Actually, in my 2 years in Mary Kay, I've earned 2 diamond rings. I've had 5 designer handbags come in the mail. I'm not even a purse girl, but when that sucker's coming in the mail with your name on it full free, you're like, girl, seen my purse. So that's really fun. Actually had one retail for over $500. Almost hit the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, what do people do with these things? Can I wear it in public? Do I need to frame it and put it on the wall? Like, I'm not really sure. So that's fun. Actually, my husband and I got to get a 12-piece set of pots and pans recently, which was really fun because we were living off of one frying pan and a large soup tureen. So having a proper set of pots and pans was really fun. And then my very first month working, I got to go on a free beach trip, which was so fun. So just those prizes and recognition is really great, just for that extra excitement and incentive, in your life, because that's one of the things that I've so loved about this opportunity is it's not the mundane, that it is constantly giving you something to be excited about and something to strive for, which I love. And then the last reason is that you get to be your own boss. So you decide how much and how little you want to work. You decide what's coming into your bank account every month and when it comes into your bank account. You do not have to wait for somebody else to give that to you or have somebody else determine what you can have. You truly get to be in control of that. Now, there are no quotas in Mary Kay. So there's nobody telling you have to sell this much this month or this year or anything like that, which sets us apart from very much so from other direct sales companies, because there are no quotas in Mary Kay. Also, you make 50% off of everything that you sell in this business. That is the highest paid direct sales commission force in existence, which is incredible. So you also don't have to reach a certain level in the company or sell a certain amount before that 50% is yours. It's yours off of your first sale. And from every sale after that, whether it's $5 or $500, you have that 50% profit, which is awesome. One of the things I also love about Mary Kay is that we are the #1 selling brand in the world. We actually outsell Estee Lauder, Clinique, Chanel, MAC, and Lancome combined every single year, and that we've been around for 51 years this year, which gives me and gave me so much confidence to give this a try, because this wasn't just some flash startup company. This is a time-tested, integrity-based company that has a reputation and a legacy of success and of this opportunity changing women's lives all across the world. And so that gave me a lot of confidence that this opportunity was proven to work and that it had such a great name behind it. Also, I loved that this company had a heart, that it gave back, that we are a green company, that all of our products are shipped in with the peanuts that are made from cornstarch. They actually dissolve right when you water them. And so that's really cool. And any of our company pamphlets or any company documents that are sent out, they're all actually printed on cornstarch instead of paper made from trees. So that's really, really neat. I love that for a Fortune 500 company, we have a remarkably small carbon footprint. So I really appreciate that. And then I also very much appreciate that we're a company with a heart, that we truly give back. So with the Mary Kay Ash Foundation, we also, with the Mary Kay Ash Foundation, we support 2 different causes. One is we support women who are affected by cancer. So we are a major financial backer of a lot of different research programs that research cancers that affect women. We were actually the #1 financial donor to the HPV vaccine, which the HPV virus is one of the major causes of ovarian cancer in women. And so I know that almost everyone has been affected or known someone who's been affected by cancers that affect women. So I love being a part of a company that invests in a future that's cancer-free. And then I also love being a part of a company that invests in a future that seeks to end domestic violence. And so we've also donated over $20 million to domestic violence shelters all over the U.S., to help women get out of those situations. And then another $20 million to women who have been affected by cancer for that research. So that's really, really neat. I love being a part of a company that gives back. And so I would just ask you to imagine, if this would ever be for you, what would be the 2 reasons why you would give it a try? Because you never, ever know unless you do give it a try. Again, worst case scenario, if you are needing a change in your life and you decide to give this one a try, and you step away and you decide it's not for you, you'll come away with skills that you never had to begin with, which is really neat. But if you decide it is for you, and you would like to give it a try. It could be the change and the transformation that you have been yearning for in your life. And so the best part about all of it is it's only $100 to start a business, which is crazy because how many times do we walk into Walmart and Target and drop $100? And literally, what did we even just walk out with? And with that first $100, you do actually receive over $500 worth of product for free from the company. 410 of what you get is full retail size product. And from that point on, you do get all your product at wholesale cost. So like I said, whether it's just for product discount, so you're not paying your consultant full price, or whether it's to make some extra cash to alleviate the stress in your life, or whether it's to totally rock it out, it's whatever you want to do with it. And so the company is also having a special going on right now. They've actually discounted the startup cost to $85 this month, actually with two options. The first option is $50. It's only $50 to start this month for one option, and you get a cleanser, a moisturizer, a day solution, and a night solution. And our Pop and Glow line, which is just some great Pop and Glow colors. I'm wearing our cheek and lip color right now. Just some great, bright, fun colors that you can play with. So that's $50 startup. But for the $85 startup, you receive everything that comes in the full regular starter kit, that $410 worth of free full-size product, over $500 total of different things that come in your starter kit for you. You're receiving that for $85. So everything that would normally come in the $100 starter kit comes in the $85 starter kit. But it also comes with everything that would come in the $50 bundle, which is the Pop and Glow products as well. So you're getting what you would normally get for $85 plus a whole bunch of extra other stuff that they normally never would put in there. So this is an incredible time just to dip your toe into it and see what could potentially come of it for you. Again, you never know unless you try. So for me, 3 reasons why I almost didn't give Mary Kay a shot. 1, I was really busy. I had a lot going on in my life. I was a full-time student. It was my senior year also. I was taking 18 hours, and I had 120 outside hours of practicum work to complete before I graduated. It was a lot. I did have a part-time job when I first started. I was leading a Bible study every week, had just gotten engaged, was planning a wedding, and I was moving all at the same time. So there was a lot of life happening. And I literally sat down with the girl that signed me up and I said, listen, sister, I've got about 2 hours a week I could work this thing. And her reaction gave me so much confidence. She was completely nonplussed and said, okay, no problem. That's actually really normal. Most women who start this business are busy. They have 2.5 kids and a full-time job and go to school part-time and, have a husband and all of the above. They've got a lot going on. But honestly, a busy woman is one of the qualities of a successful consultant. They're the ones that are seeing women on the go all the time anyways, and they're just very easily able to sprinkle it into their life as they go along, and I definitely found that to be true. The second reason I almost didn't give it a try is because I felt like I didn't know anybody. Who the heck am I supposed to sell this stuff to? But I love, for me, I was a broke college kid, and, all my friends are broke college kids. So I love that you really only need 1 or 2 people to get you started. That's it, 1 or 2. And then they know people you don't know, and it just rolls forward from there. You also have a mentor and a business coach that walks with you every step of the way to show you what you need to do in your business to be successful and to see the success that you want to see. So that's that reason. Then the other reason is I felt like there was a lot about me that didn't fit with this Mary Kay mold, with this picture of what I thought a Mary Kay rep had to be. And so, I thought that at least you had to know how to blow dry your hair and stand in front of people and talk to them. Oh, God forbid I did that. I thought that you had to have, be brimming over with confidence. I thought that you had to have this huge, big, loud personality. I thought that you had to be super salesy and pushy. And I was none of those things, plus some of those things I didn't want to be. But one of the things I so value about this opportunity and about this company is how much they truly want you to be yourself. We don't want you to be pushy. We don't want you to change who you are. It takes all types to reach all types. So you would see at one of our meetings, you would see anywhere from really big, loud personalities to very quiet, mousy ones. You'd see no kids. You'd see lots of kids. You'd see full-time students and full-time employees. You'd see a mix of all of the above. So I love that there is no personality trait, background, whatever else necessary in order to be very successful at this. All you need is the ability to see how this opportunity is going to serve you and the willingness just to give it a try, because you'll never know unless you try. So thank you so much for your time and for listening, and I hope that you have heard a few things that maybe have struck a chord with you to maybe think, you know what, this Mary Kay thing, maybe I ought to give it a try. I could really benefit from some of these things that she was talking about, because I know for me, I've definitely benefited. So if you would, after you have finished watching this video, just to fill out the little questions in the survey beneath so that we can know how best to walk with you. Whether it's to love you as a customer and where you are, or whether it's to answer some questions or walk forward with you. So we are just so thankful, and I'm so thankful for your time and just watching and listening. And I hope I get to talk to you again very soon.